Just shit.
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Come on. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life.
Yeah, it's that time, baby. Welcome to the King's Broadcasting Studio. It's your man, DB. And I'm here with the fam, and it's the No Name the Podcast, coming at you live each and every Sunday. Ready to represent for you guys from the ATL and abroad. Come on in, have a seat, man. We ready to get this thing popping. To my left, I got the family with me, the beautiful Marissa.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Miss Riz. MarissaSellsAtlanta.com.
Yeah, and we got my man, J. Bo, the Deacon.
Hey, what's happening? I'm in regular clothes today. What's going on? It's your boy, J. Bo, the Joker. I'm in here like Swinwell, baby.
Joker's so misunderstood.
And the engineer extraordinaire himself, DJ Mike Bizzell.
Hey, what it do, what the business is. We glad to be at you one more again on this Sunday night edition of the No Name the Podcast with the crew making it do what it do. We thank you guys for joining us, and we really appreciate it. Remember, we on 3 different platforms tonight. You got us on Twitter, Periscope, and Facebook. Now, not now, but right now. Go tell your friends, neighbors, co-workers that we own and we popping. Share it, share the show, join the page, like the page, help this thing go digital. And yo, we got a really good show lined up for you guys tonight, and we going in. You know what I'm talking about? Like we always do, man. You know what I'm saying? So how y'all guys been doing this week, man? What your week been like, J-Bo?
Man, my week was good. It was kind of short. Usually my week is long and hectic. Every other day I got attitude.
Oh.
But this week is a little different.
Yeah, it's a little different.
You know why? The love was in the air.
Love always in the air. Valentine's
in
Day,
the air.
it's another day.
Love is in the air.
What about you, Marissa? What it do? You make a lot of money this week, baby?
I did. I had a great week.
All right.
Everything is good. Life is good.
That's what's happening. I had a great week, too. You know what I'm saying? Life is great. It's for the living. Believe that. You know what I'm saying? And today is no exception. We did a nice show yesterday. We had our family in studio, all the moms, the 3 sisters, if you will. And we had a blast having them in here, and they really enjoyed being at the table. And, man, that was real special. So, you know, we look forward to doing that again sometime here in the near future. To get them back in here, we didn't even scratch the surface with a lot of stuff that really took place in my 40-some-odd years being on this planet. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, it was a family affair.
Oh, yeah, it really was.
What's the name of this show?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we appreciate them coming out and sharing and, you know, blessing the studio with their presence. You know, we had Uncle Clarence come down from Maryland. Okay. He was in the house.
Listen.
So it was a full house, man.
You got Uncle Clarence come down?
Uncle Clarence.
Yeah.
Uncle Clarence, like, he might turn this thing out.
Yeah, hey, man, you know, he was the wise one. You know, he dropped a lot of gems, you know what I mean? So that's what happened, man. And we ate good, you know, for everybody that drank, you know, had some libations floating around, and it went down, you know what I mean?
There it is, man. It's always good to surround yourself with family.
Have Uncle Willie Earl come on the show.
What about you, Banks?
That's how you know you really ain't family, because I ain't even get no invite to this. You know, I wasn't even told nothing about it. I'm just like the little third cousin removed. Like, Banks cool. We been around for 30-something years, but he really ain't family.
We want family. We
want
in
family.
The blood.
You know, I'm going to have to talk to Gary and Mike about this shit, man. I'm around the corner with it. Nah, man, my week was good, man. High school baseball kicked off. Baby boy stepped off in this thing with a home run, his first at bat to kick the season off, man.
Wow.
So looking forward to big things, man. My next couple of weeks going to be kind of crazy with following this kid around and all that, but we're excited to get it done, man, and get it over with and move on to bigger and better things, man. We appreciate everybody checking in. They got them all running in there. YPK checking in. My girl from the Queen City, Charlotte, Rhonda Oliver, Wilson. I'm going to get that Wilson there, too. Hey, checking in. J-Bo. Oh, shit. Oscar. Big O is sitting in the building. We just talked about Big O. Pam Ogleday is checking in. Listen, you can find us, like Mike said, Twitter, Facebook,
and Periscope.
Right now.
Right now. You got 2 hours of goodness getting ready to go down right here today. We got J-Bo with the inspirational swagger coming up here just shortly, and of course Marissa and her financial sense.
Hey.
So stay tuned for all that goodness. You know
Even
what
though
I'm
she
saying?
don't have no damn sense.
Well, sometimes I gotta find it from somewhere.
What the
I
hell
guess
is,
you
you
find
know?
it from financial, huh?
Got to.
As we do that, and I'm gonna lie, you gonna get the thing kicked off, man. Hey, Rhonda. So listen, we're gonna start off with I got J-Bo as I light up me a good fine stick here while J-Bo give us the inspirational swagger.
Hey, what's happening, No Name Nation? I'm here with your inspirational swagger. Today, I want y'all to focus on while you're drinking or while you're eating, whatever you may be doing. You will recognize your own path when you come upon it, because you will suddenly have all the energy and imagination you will ever need. Our background and circumstances may have influenced who we are, but we are responsible for who we become.
Hey,
right.
okay, get one
So
more
your
dose.
back-
One more good dose.
Say that
One
background
more
piece.
time.
Give me the background piece one more
One
time.
more
Hey.
good dose, baby.
You will recognize your own path when you come upon it, because you will suddenly have all the energy and imagination you will ever need.
Okay.
Our background and circumstances may have influenced who we are, but we are responsible for who we become.
All
That's
right, now
right.
y'all understand
I
that.
love
Now
it.
your
I love
background may be responsible for who you are, but we are responsible for who we become.
Yep.
All right, brother.
Man,
I can start drinking after that one. I'm gonna open up the book of Jameson.
Hold on. Hey,
Not on a
Like that.
Sunday.
on a Sunday.
Ooh, hey, I'm gonna open up the book of Jameson.
Never
Hey,
wrong with having
LaShawn
you some
Robinson,
wine or whatever you may
Detroit's
have.
in the building, aka Tripolar Tan. Hey, baby girl, how you doing?
Yeah, start that watch party out there, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. Share the show, share the No Name, the podcast with your peeps. You know what I'm talking about? Help this thing go digital. You know what I mean?
And y'all notice I didn't start drinking till after the inspirational swagger.
Hey,
The rest of the panel
So
up here, they some
respectful.
heathen. They some heathen.
we started before.
They some damn heathen.
Hey, man.
Listen, y'all come on in and sit down, man. We're going to kick this thing off. Y'all know the NBA All-Stars upon us. That look like Jennifer Hudson up there now
Yeah,
with,
they're doing
with the big
the-
head and the purple look like a little eggplant.
Man, get off.
All
man.
right, I'm
cannot.
sorry. I'm
She
sorry.
do look like one.
She
though.
does like an eggplant. If y'all ain't watching that thing, and I know some of y'all got your phones and your iPads up, Jennifer Hudson like a little eggplant. She like the little Facebook eggplant emoji.
Oh, my God.
Look at this thing, boy.
Got that drip. She just gonna drip.
Is that what y'all call it?
Kobe tribute.
She doing the Kobe tribute right now.
Yeah, man. Don't talk about it while she doing that, man.
Yeah, let's talk about her afterwards.
Yeah, man. That's just like the inspirational swag. You didn't drink before the inspirational
So
swag.
I'm supposed to let the eggplant go.
Yeah, he is.
I'm just asking y'all. Is that bad? Is that bad?
She doing a good thing, man.
We love you,
She
Jennifer.
representing our boy.
So if a
Okay.
hooker in church with a miniskirt on, should I not talk about the fact she got a miniskirt on because she's in church?
Exactly.
Exactly.
She can't sit on the front row.
You don't talk about.
She can't
people
sit on the
in
front
church.
row.
Well, you'll be a
She
heathen.
can sit anywhere she
No,
wants to.
because the minute she sit on the front row, that short skirt, them first mother's gonna be like, nah, baby girl, can y'all get her a throw?
Yeah.
Or you got to move.
Where is her prayer card?
Yeah, you got to move. You can't sit here, baby. Showing all your goods.
This all
Pastor-
I had to say,
That's
come
why I'm
as you
here.
are. That's
Pastor
all I
don't
had.
need
That's why I'm here.
Pastor
That's all
is
I
giving
had.
the
All the
word.
sinners are
He
in
don't
church.
need
That's
all
why they
these
there.
distractions. You young lady, y'all distraction, you heathens. Then they start talking about they loose. Y'all ain't heard no. Your grandmama told somebody loose, that means she was a freak. You know, Mary got a baby over there and they say she loose.
Wearing red lipstick.
All up in the church, you know, them loose little girls. I mean, you're a freak. So we don't do it like that. Hey, Misha, how you doing, baby girl?
All this right after inspirational swag.
I'm sorry, we got all
I
off.
got off track, but it's what it is. The eggplant emoji threw me off a little bit. So, man, you guys get a chance. The NBA All-Star Game, the weekend is upon us. They converged upon Chicago this weekend, man, and kicked it off for the 2020 NBA All-Star. Yesterday, they had the skills challenge with the bigs and the skill guys, and the bigs seem to be kicking ass around there. The little skill guys are fucking up. And is that a change in the NBA? Is it now going away from positional talent and just goddamn having ball players now? You know, you look at 7-footers that now dribbling the ball and shooting it from the outside. The skills challenge being dominated by the big guys. How does that look for the NBA now? You know, you got to be 6'8" or better to be in the NBA, I guess, at this point. 3-point contest took off yesterday. Some amazing shooting yesterday. I'm talking about some of the best we've seen. And keeping true to fashion in Chicago, another highway robbery took place in the slam dunk contest. We'll kind of talk about all that, and then we'll follow our guy Trey Young, the young gunner from the A-Town. Ice, and as he does it, y'all checked out his little thing he does, right?
Yeah.
Mike, man, what you know about this one? When he doing this shivering and all that. That the ice tray?
Yeah, man.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I saw it the other day, and I said, "Damn, he
Ice
keep
cold,
doing."
baby.
That's what it is.
Ice tray the
all
game.
that. Yes,
All right,
sir.
with that, it might.
Right.
So, Mike, man, get the people up on Trey Young and what he's doing up there in Chicago.
Trey Young is representing. He doing his thing. A little disappointed. He didn't really show up like I wanted him to in the 3-point challenge. I think he dropped 15. And,
Yeah. You knew that was
he
gonna
was
be a
knocked
wrap.
out the first round, so that was very disappointing. But at the end of the day, it's in the real game where it counts. I'm just so happy he's there to represent Atlanta. We hadn't had a real true starting superstar from Atlanta to be on the first roster in the All-Star game since Mutombo, I believe. It's been since Mutombo. It's been quite a while since we've had a starter from the Atlanta Hawks to be in the All-Star game. We've had players, but not
can believe
starters.
that.
So Trey, he's filling some big shoes. He represented the city well. The Rising Stars game, he did pretty decent. He had 18 points. He was setting up them lobs, doing what he do. You know what I mean? Having fun. Wasn't a big man on the pole as far as points, but he represented and did really well.
He
He wasn't a
represented
big
the city.
man on the what?
He wasn't a big man on the court.
I thought he said on the pole.
That's what I thought.
He did say that. Goddamn, your head all in the goddamn gut. Why you put that man on the pole?
This
I'm
guy.
like,
Yeah, so Trey, like
But the
I said,
main
man,
thing is he representing the city.
yeah, he
so.
represented the city real well. He had one function he went to where Barack, President
Yes.
number 44, showed up, man, and
Hey.
him, Zion, and a lot of the other guys were doing looked like a some
NBA
kinda-
cares.
Yeah,
NBA
cares event
Correct.
where they were packing backpacks and stuff like that, and Barack just showed up out of nowhere, and he shook all the guys' hands, and he wound up setting up his little station right in between Zion and Trey. You know what I'm saying? The two of the biggest, hottest names, or two of the biggest names in the NBA right
Young
now,
names,
especially
yeah.
with the young guys. So they were excited. I could tell Trey, and Zion, they were like, "Whoa!" 45 stepped in the building, showed him love. Then he set up shop right in between those two. So
Okay.
they really getting some good exposure. You know what I'm saying? This year, hanging out up there in Chicago in the Windy City, where it's super duper cold.
Yeah.
I can't do the call.
Yeah, man. So yeah, big shouts out to Trey, and he'll be starting here shortly in the game for the NBA, and Giannis representing the East. You know what I'm saying, against LeBron out there in the West. I want the East to win, but I think Giannis did a terrible job picking his team. So I'm feeling like the West is just gonna run circles around our boys, man, here in the East. I think just being outmatched in size alone, we're just a much smaller roster than what LeBron put together over there. And I think the East may have a problem dealing with that. So big shouts out to the All-Star game and what they've been doing this weekend. And a thumbs down for those guys not getting my dude Vince Carter in there, man. They got
Vince
D-Wade
in
and
there?
Nowitzki in there last year.
And
but
you
they
also
didn't make
got-
room for they didn't make room for Vince to be there this year.
And
man.
the
So I'm a little
NBA
upset about
commissioner
that.
didn't speak on it, and it's kind of an unwritten rule. You got a superstar that's retiring. They did it for MJ. You also did it, even the year Kobe went out,
Yeah, they did it for Magic.
They did it for Magic. He really wasn't even there. So it's a black eye, in my opinion, from the NBA standpoint, that Vince didn't get into the All-Star thing. And then a lot of the teams that they're going to, a lot of places that they're visiting, are not even doing these farewell tours for a guy. That shit kind of was one of those trendsetters. You look at his slam dunk competition back in the day when him going in, putting his arm into the rim. That shit was like that Jordan from the free throw line, the Dominique with the damn 200 windmill, the Dwight Howard with the Superman. All of that stuff is in the NBA history. Like, that's kind of like folklore for NBA. Shit. Vinsanity was what it was. Yeah. Could jump flat out the damn gym when he slammed on the 7-footer in the Olympics. That's who Vince Carter is, and it's kind of it's sad to see it that they didn't, honor a guy been in the league, 22 years now, 23 years. So shit, some of the kids that's playing along with him weren't even born when he started out playing. So yeah, it's definitely, a black guy in that.
And to be totally honest, a lot of the younger guys, now our generation kind of like more gravitate toward MJ as that guy. that we grew up with.
23.
And the guys that came after us, they kind of latch on to Vince Carter and his style of play. That's who they look up to in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Vince
Right.
Sanity and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? He got a whole generation of followers out there as well.
He
that's
does.
really big on it.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
know.
man. So, I mean, you know, shit. They could have made some room.
You know, he and Tracy McGrady are actually cousins. Yeah,
exactly.
so it was kind of during that time, them going back and forth, kind of wild. Melissa Riesma is checking into the building. Tim Brisbane is checking in. He said, "What's good, friend?" Liz Saldano Brisbane says, "Marissa, what up, boo?" Hey, Liz, how you doing? Sean King says, "Great show, fam, last night and today." So they are checking in, man. We're glad you guys are checking in to the No Name, the podcast show, broadcasting live from King's Broadcasting Studio here in Atlanta, Georgia, man. Sit back, relax. We're going to get into this show a little bit. We're going to pause for station identification from our guy Mike Bizel while I fire up my stick and make sure my drink is.
Don't blow it all in my hair, though.
Don't blow it in your
Keep
hair.
blowing. I'm
You don't
gonna
want
do
me
the
to
dryer
blow
sheet.
in your hair?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the
I'll
show
do that.
tonight on this Sunday night edition of No Name the Podcast, brought to you by King's Broadcasting Studios. We thank you for coming in, tuning in on this Sunday. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you right here with the crew tonight, making it do what it do, and we really, really appreciate it. And without no you, there is no us. You know what I'm saying? So check out some of the other shows we have on the platform as well. We have on Mondays, come on at 8 o'clock. We have Petty Sports. You know, we feature Raphael, Famous Fees as he goes by. We got Banks. You got Bell and special guests. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for that. Check us out on Mondays at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also on Fridays, we have 808 on the beat with D Bizzle and Q Smooth, where they represent the dirty South with the hip-hop swagger from that Southern flavoristic Cadillac funky music type shit. You know what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
gotta tune in
Well,
to
they
that.
highlight, yeah. They highlight a lot of local
Some
talents,
Southern
man, that you may
flavor.
not hear on the radio a lot of times, and they go in and, you know what I'm saying, give those guys a platform to introduce their creativity and what they do. So check those guys at 8 p.m. EDT on Fridays, and on Sundays, of course, you have us. Stay tuned for the Cigars and Cigar Libation show coming to you.
I
and
can't wait.
The Petty Man podcast coming to you soon, so stay tuned for that. And the Watch for the Hook. Little Birdie told me they may be dropping something this week, so stay tuned for that. Hit your notifications, you know what I'm saying? Go to King's Broadcasting Studios, join that page, follow it, like it, share it. Go to the No Name, the podcast show, do the same thing, follow it, share it, like it, and you'll be tuned in to when we go hot and some of the latest and greatest that we may have coming up. So, like I say, I just gave you some inside info on this week with Watch for the Hook. That'll be airing this week, coming on, featuring Petty Man himself and our country kinfolk, Rio.
Hey.
Super Rio. You know what I'm talking about?
right.
So,
All right.
2020 looking bright. You know, it's all about that clarity and vision. So stay tuned, all right? ATL, hope.
Man, it is. We thank y'all. Appreciate it, Mike Bizel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Boy,
sir.
gonna get him all. he gonna
Hey,
get a
as I
commercial
always
one
say,
day.
hey, it's my guy, my engineer. I told
Hey,
you.
boy, I don't
Let's
know.
debate. Mine's better than yours, goddammit.
My man Charles T. Drummer, what it do, Charles? Lakeshore Finest, man, checking in. What it do, boy? Well, let's get off into this thing. Hey, man, did y'all happen to see Queen Latifah last night with the Kobe tribute?
Nah, I didn't.
No, sir.
So that kind of threw me off that Dana Cassine, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And she actually did it, you know.
UNITY. You don't know about that?
Who you calling a bitch?
Okay.
Bro, come on, man. Let's go. But yeah, she kind of surprised me a little bit last night with it, man. Real cool with it. She gave, kind of gave the vocals, then she jumped off into the rap thing about it and so forth. So I kind of like that tribute. You know, it kind of threw me off. They had the Queen Latifah, but they got the 2 for 1.
Okay.
What up, Eddie? I got there my dog from the SWATs. You know what I'm saying? I see you, baby. You watching. Yeah.
Hey, I got my boy Chevy Jackson from Shreveport watching.
Okay.
Boy, look at that.
Hey.
We're going nationwide.
Big
Yeah.
shit.
Got my cuz up there, Trail, giving what it do, man, from the FLINT checking in, man. Let's go, Flint, Michigan in the house, man.
Run it. I got fam up that way, too.
Oh, yeah. You do tell them don't drink the water.
Man, I didn't want to go there. I was getting ready to say that, but I held up because I think they know
Hey,
better
no.
by now.
Yeah, just don't
They know
drink
better
the
by
water,
now,
man.
man.
Just don't drink the water.
Can't
Another
bathe in it either.
well,
Sorry.
all right. You might
Like in Mexico, you.
There you go. Hey, man, so check it out, man. Other sporting news, man. Tampa Bay Buccaneers often trouble quarterback Jameis Winston had surgery this week. Got that
Lazy
that
eye.
LASIK.
Oh,
You had a lazy eye?
lazy eye.
He got a lazy eye.
With the way he was
You
throwing the
just
ball.
called a man had a lazy eye.
You would've thought he had a lazy
Allegedly.
eye.
Allegedly.
man.
30
So-
picks might say something.
So after a season where you throw 30 touchdowns and get 30 picks and throw for over 5,000 yards, Winston elected to go ahead and have LASIK surgery. You guys think that's a bid to try to keep his job, or did he really need the shit?
Yeah, that was just justification for him to justification because shit, when you have a lazy eye, you threw 30 interceptions.
Hey, man.
I guess
gotta
that.
get that eye
Let me go- let me have this
Which
surgery
way
so
you looking? Can you
I
see
can have me a damn job next year.
Right. I mean, I think it had something to do with job security, and not only that, if he plans on staying in Tampa, but moving forward, maybe potentially with another team getting a contract and having those guys question maybe his visibility. Yo,
Got my eye
can you?
fixed.
You're right. Yeah. Yo, I'm good.
That
Now,
lazy
y'all, you know
eye,
what I'm
You
saying?
ain't lazy no
I'm good.
more.
Now, I'm not just
see
throwing to
you.
the one in the middle now. You know what
Hey,
I'm
but you
saying?
know what that means? You got that surgery, so
I
you
got
know what that
my eye on you.
means. You shouldn't throw no interception. I got that 20/20 vision
The
now.
thing of it is, though, so, you know, it's kind of that thing where you say, well, James might have been forcing passes, this, that, and third, but he still threw 30 touchdowns and over 5,000 yards.
5,000
So when you look at it, that's damn near like, I mean,
Now he always been
if
precise with
if
the
he can
football
cut the
now.
interception down, just think about it like this: if he cut the interception down to 15, which is still a lot,
Yeah,
that shit would have been a record-breaking season.
yeah.
You know, you think about it. So, you know, hats off to the young fella for recognizing that maybe he needed to have some corrective measures done to try to get it on track. Throwing 30 touchdowns in the NFL is no small task by no stretch of the imagination. Throwing, 5,000 yards is not easy. You know, so now if you just cut those interceptions down in half, shit, man, we might have something with James.
Well, check this
Shit,
out
you was
then.
up there 5,000 up there with Drew Brees, wasn't you?
Well, let me ask you this. Could he have been in the MVP running had he just thrown 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns with the minimum or average picks?
Nah,
well,
they go by record.
Well, you also got to look at, wins and losses, and that team just wasn't that good. Now, to the letter of the way the MVP is supposed to be set up, is the
Exactly.
most valuable player
To your team.
for your
Yeah.
team, right?
Yeah.
So, but you know what they always look at it, man. If you got a losing record, it kind of takes you out of that running.
Right.
And you look at what happened to Russell Wilson. They started out hot, and they started, to kind of drop. So he kind of got out of that conversation a little bit as well. So, I think, moving forward, man, I hope, Crab Leg Winston get it together, man, and come on back, man, and do his thing. I'm always rooting for the black quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm always rooting for the black
everybody,
quarterback.
don't you say?
Yeah, he's a crowd now.
Mike Bell Sr. checking in. He say, Junior, what up?
What it do, S.R. period? Yeah,
Hey,
man.
Caleb Banks, what it do? Hey, man, let's go to work, man. So, hey, with that being said, we're going to talk about the baseball cheating scam, but y'all tune in tomorrow for the Petty Sports Show. We'll talk about that. Oh, and while I got y'all, listen, I know a lot of you guys are Atlanta United fans. Some of y'all, like me, don't know a whole lot about soccer because the shit kind of confused.
Hold on,
I'm
baby.
ready to
But
know.
you know,
It's something that you don't know much about out here.
yeah, y'all, I don't know a lot about
Come on,
soccer
you
because
should've
I don't
heard-
watch that shit.
You should have heard his
might-
ass.
yeah,
You
but-
should have heard his ass before the
Okay,
show.
with
It might be a
football.
first, but
All right,
Spain
so
don't know
football.
something
So
about much about
football.
anything.
I don't know nothing about football, but I do realize you go to a Atlanta United game, they stand and they cheer for 90 minutes. They got these crews out here. One is called Footy Mob. We're gonna have one of the capos in the show tomorrow. Fees it's gonna be a United tutorial.
Okay.
And if you want to learn something about this up and coming season, become a fan, a home team fan of the Atlanta United, man, make sure y'all tune
The
into the
winningest
Petty Sports
team in
tomorrow
Atlanta,
for that,
right?
man. Oh, whoa, watch your mouth. They're not the winningest team. And the motherfucker ain't been around but 2 seasons. Just get the hell on.
Past 2 seasons.
This shit here, man.
For the past
man,
2 seasons, they the most winning squad.
That
How about
blasphemous
that?
They
shit
bringing
y'all
down
talking
the
about. Hey, man.
championship.
All right,
What
man.
you
What
talking
the
about?
fuck? Here y'all go with this shit.
I mean, we speak truth. That's
DeAndre said he can fill in with the soccer knowledge. Okay, YPK.
I would love to hear
Now,
more
you
about
know,
it.
Gary say the show started out the dark around here, so I don't know if you can get out here and then get back home in time after the show. You had talked it up with Petty, man. I'm
you can
sorry.
call in, bro.
You
know
call
what I'm
in, yeah,
saying?
call
the line
in,
will
man.
be
Let's make
wide
it happen.
open. You know what I'm saying? We more than welcome.
I'm sorry.
Nah,
That shit was
look,
not
you can call
necessary.
in, but if you want to actually get that knowledge, because we can't hold you on the line all show.
That shit
No,
was
he
not
said he
necessary.
got something to add. You know, YPK follows
Nah,
soccer.
he said he goddamn,
Yeah,
he want
wanna
to
add.
fill in for
yeah,
the shit,
he want
man.
to add for the show.
And before we go, since it is Black History Month, I want to give kudos out to the Washington Redskins for announcing Jennifer King as a full-year coaching intern on Monday. Ms.
Okay.
King is a college football professional. She's coached at both the professional and the collegiate level for the past 3 seasons. She's also played with the Women's Football Alliance as well. She's also been with Coach Ron Rivera for the last couple of years, man, when he's with the Panthers, as well as been working as a running back coach for none other than Christian McCaffrey.
Wow.
So y'all want to talk about that boy having them little shakes and bakes? He got it from a sister.
Okay.
Hey man, she put the life into Christian McCaffrey. I don't know what nobody want to tell y'all, but she did that
amazing.
shit. Yeah.
Hey,
That's
shout out to
amazing.
my boy
Breaking
Freddie for
barriers.
checking in, man.
Yeah,
Well,
she
he
gave
might
it
be
to
like Kelsey. You know,
She's known
Kelsey
as the
got,
Jet.
he got some moves where, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
Kelsey
saying?
been goddamn. He got a little flavor in this thing. Well, look at that thing
You
he
see
got
what he
though.
roll with.
Oh, boy,
Yeah,
that thing she
he
got,
got
man,
to.
shut down the locker room.
Yeah.
I bet he around there like, nah, baby, you can't go over there. Just stay your ass over here. You know,
Right.
you what's the name down there?
You
The
think she
quarterback
be in the
MVP. He down here. You gotta stay your ass
And
down
that's
here.
something. He might have the baddest sister in the locker room.
Oh,
And that, man, how
She
does
rough
that
now.
look?
She
Yeah,
tough now. She
nice.
damn so tough now.
Yeah.
So man, we're gonna move on to social media, man. And this week, social media has been all ablaze.
Yeah.
Speaking of NBA and all the good stuff that's happening, D Wade cheated last night. We ain't gonna talk about the cheat last night on the Slam Dunk commentary. We're gonna talk about D Wade and his wife Gabrielle Union
Yes.
and their recent announcement of their son / daughter / Zaya / Zaya, however they want to call it, expressed the kid's sexuality and his desire to
her.
So did he change
Okay,
the
listen.
name?
I'm gonna say this right now, so that ain't nobody got to be mad at me. If y'all don't be mad at me, don't be mad at King
Put out your
Broadcast.
disclaimer.
If you were born with balls, you were him. If you were born with a vagina, you were her.
Hey.
Now, however you want to be identified, that's you. Let's do your thing now. But I'm gonna goddamn do one thing about it now. If I know you a boy now, you was a boy on Tuesday last week, you still a boy goddamn on Sunday this week. So
Bank him downstairs.
him downstairs. Say we can't have. It ain't no disrespecting nobody, but it's just how I choose to goddamn acknowledge somebody. So they talked about their son wanting now to be identified as a young lady. Oh, the phone line already started blowing up about this. Let's see who calling in, man. Let us know what y'all think.
Andre.
YPK is on the line. What you got, YPK?
What's going on? What y'all talking about now?
D Wade and his wife Gabrielle Union
And their daughter
and their decision
Zaya.
their decision to make public their son's request of wanting to be now referred to or claim that he's a girl.
She.
And for future reference, man, anytime you call the show, it's probably a good idea to already know what we talk about.
Yeah,
you go.
I was gonna say that.
Y'all fucking leave him alone.
That candy corn and Hennessy, goddamn
Leave
it.
the man the fuck alone.
Calling
Y'all
in.
switched topics as I was calling in, so I didn't know.
All right, man, go ahead. What you got, YPK?
man?
What you got on
Speak
that
it,
subject?
bro.
You that man alone.
I mean, me personally, I don't know what the hell. People saying that Dwayne's a real supportive parent for doing it, but I'm like, bro, how did you let that happen to me?
Why is
Whoa.
It ain't-
Well, let what happened? Let's be clear on this. Let what happened?
Like, I mean, for him to kind of grow up that way. I mean, like how did he be transgender already and he's 12? I'm like, I don't understand how did that manifest.
All right, so what you're saying is,
maybe it's a celebrity thing. I don't know. 'Cause, like, how did
I believe YPK, the Wade family, meaning D Wade and Gabrielle, what they're doing, in my opinion, what they don't want to do is deny their son the opportunity
Their daughter.
to figure out who he is.
She.
fucking he.
Listen,
right
Dwayne
now.
Wade
Well, I
said
mean,
we
Hey,
refer
man,
to
listen.
her.
Dwayne Wade,
he did, and
Dwayne
that's
Wade
my
does
point.
not alter the goddamn natural course of mankind.
Well, that's how he refers
Well,
to his
okay,
child.
well, that's how he refers to it.
To his child.
So if anybody on this panel decide to refer to Zion as a fucking he's a he. I'm sorry. I'm saying, hey, man, I'm sorry.
Well,
go ahead.
Well,
Well,
the thing-
Shim.
Exactly. So when you
Shim
say
might be-
Shim,
Shim.
no,
Well,
man,
the
come
thing
on.
is, like I said, I believe what they're trying to do is be as open as possible with
And
their
supportive.
son trying to figure out who he is and who he wants to be, I guess, ultimately for the people that feel that way. And it's pretty early in the game. I agree with you, YPK. He's only 12.
Right.
And he may flip-flop so many times between now and adulthood.
Correct.
and that's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
in that process, you want to be as supportive as a parent, especially parents that are in the limelight like they are. Now, what I don't agree with is seemingly holding him up as the poster child for transgender children. You know, because
Right. When he's not, because he even if that's what he sticks with. He has Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle's money as a backing. He won't have to go through as much drama as scrutiny and day-to-day bullshit that transgender actually do go through, because because of his parents are.
You're right.
He's already on a platform. He wanted to go through the daily struggles and the job issues that they actually do have. So I don't think he should be posted like that. But like I said, he's too young. Is the way he's being raised? I don't understand how did that manifest? Maybe just a celebrity thing.
Okay.
I can't understand.
Well, I don't know if it's
Well,
a celebrity
I don't
thing.
think
Thank you for
so.
calling in, YPK. We'll answer your question.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate
Go
it.
ahead,
Real quick
J-Mo.
tomorrow, man.
Yeah, I mean, I got a son. He's 14, so of course, naturally, I raised him up to be a man. But as he get older,
Right.
and if he decide to deter and go left,
Yeah.
that's still my son. At the end of the day,
Right.
I'm gonna support him. But hey, I didn't raise him up like that, so that ain't really on, Wade and Gabriel.
So
Gabriel.
I think what YPK is saying now again, there's no book on parenting, and and no two kids are the same. Just because you may have more of an effeminate nature about yourself than say your brother,
Right.
does not necessarily mean that you are gay or pre-op transsexual or you want to identify. It just simply means you're not as masculine as your brother. See, what society has done now is to instantly say, oh, because you may not like this, you may be into fashion and this, you may not be into football, basketball, and all that. You know what? You might just be, sexually confused and this, that, and the third, and you can now identify as a girl if you like to. And I think at such a young age, that's a problem because maybe this child has not even been sexually active or anything
Correct.
of that
That's
nature.
what my thing
So
is.
how
about
do you
the whole
how do you now say
transgender.
you want to identify as a girl?
Right.
Hey, just be the man that you are, and if you want to be and live an alternative lifestyle as a gay man, then do what you do.
Yeah,
You understand that? You understand? I mean, I don't have a problem with that at all. But now this reclassification, and now you wanting people now to take a little boy and call him a little girl
And taking
because
him to get
this
nails on
12-year-old.
his
I
hand.
don't care if you can do that. You can do that too. I don't care if you decide that your son want to get nails. But you can't force me to now to say, well, I identify. Because if I told y'all right now I identify as a white man, the judicial system, the police department, and all these other motherfuckers around me are not going to say, well, Mr. Banks says he's now Caucasian, so we're not going to throw the book at him.
Right.
The 3-strike rule does not apply. We can give him with a white-collar crime instead. It ain't going to happen that fucking way. And it's bullshit because like YPK said, you got money, and you're going to pay $80,000 a year to send your child to a private school where they're going to call you Zaria instead of fucking Zion. And that's not the reality when you got kids out here every day going through this fucking struggle of identity struggle, just finding out who they are as an individual. Being gay is okay. Being a lesbian is okay. That is who you are. You a gay man, you a lesbian woman. That is absolutely fine.
How old he is again?
But if
now?
you want me to turn your name from Eric to Erica because you say you identify more as a woman, okay, you just a gay man. What the hell?
Okay,
Right.
so he's 12. He ain't even experienced sexual.
Correct. So I don't
experience.
know
Yeah,
how
so
they
how
can
do
call
you know?
him
I mean,
transgender when
how
he
do you
hasn't
know
had the surgery.
If you ain't, you ain't had all that going on. You ain't even had sex yet, allegedly. But
Well,
12.
Just because he like to dress up
yeah,
in
so how do you
Gabrielle's
know that
panties
you
and
like
wear her shoes.
Hey,
Men.
you don't know the man wearing his mama
How you know you
panties.
don't like women?
You don't know the man wearing his mama
He don't
panties.
even know yet. You know what I'm saying? You
Rocco
really don't.
say you don't even know.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
So how do you know if you don't like women and that you like men? How do you know
That's
that?
my point about you might be more effeminate.
You know what you know.
What you
Just
say?
like when you were 12 years old, you knew if you liked a woman or if you liked a man, right or wrong.
Yeah, I love women.
Okay, so when a woman walked by you, you felt some kind of way at 12 because you're going through the change.
Man, hide and go get
right?
it.
Yeah, how to go get?
And that didn't happen with him.
Oh,
He wanted to how to go get
so he was looking for men out there in New York.
Look at
paid
Shaka
I mean,
Khan.
boys.
grab ass. Yep.
Shaka Khan like
Look
Nicki
at
Minaj's
Shaka.
mama. She might be Nicki
Shaka
Minaj's
was
mama. Look at that.
Shaka, we love you.
Look
Yeah.
like she
Well, what you
did
gonna say,
clearly.
Bill?
Well, for me, man, ultimately, I always
Got me hot in my members only.
the parents, man. That's who I'm putting at. I don't know if it's fair to say they're at fault because they want to support their child. But if you're doing what you're doing, and here it is 2 years from now, he flipped the script, and now all of a sudden he liking women all of a sudden, and now you've introduced him to the world as somebody named Zaya.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
what are
could
we
change.
doing here? I think as a parent, you kind of want to play the conservative role.
Yeah. How long has he
because
been
what
like
you're doing
this?
is you're helping prevent him from possibly coming back to who he really truly is.
Yeah.
Because you've promoted him as being a transgender, so now he'll feel a certain way potentially, or perhaps, but dang,
Because he's 12.
right. My dad and my mom them.
Same thing at 12 is not the
I
same
told
way
the
you
world
think
I'm
at 18.
transgender. So now
I gotta be forced to stay in this life.
He may feel trapped to be that way and feel funny about coming back to his real roots. So that's why I kind of feel like D-Wade, Gabrielle, or whoever else is in that pot supporting him that way, they probably need to pump the brakes and get his kid time to figure it out instead of just putting that monkey on his back and that weight on his shoulder at such an early age. Because kids that young flip-flop.
Well, they said that he came to Gabrielle.
He's 12,
but
though.
this is what he came. This like, Daddy, I want to sit down. I want to talk to you and Mom about something. I've been having feelings about other boys. I like to dress up. I like to wear heels and get my nails done. And I've been feeling this way since I was 5.
So he went to mama? He went to his mom?
He went to Gabrielle and Dwayne Wade. Now his mom, his biological mom, is really religious, but I haven't seen any information regarding how she feels about the situation because Dwayne Wade has full custody. Yeah. So it's like I give my kids full custody. You got the kid, and now all of a sudden he coming out on Ellen talking about he a transgender.
So you mentioned that Ellen
like
thing.
That when I let you have the kids.
So you talk about the Ellen interview, and you can kind of get some more light on what D Wade actually said during that Ellen interview.
So yeah, D Wade was pretty much saying how Zaya came to Gabrielle and him and said, "This is what I am. I would like to be referred to as a she, and my name is Zaya or Zaya instead of Zion. And all they could do is respect it." And that's what he was saying, Dwayne Wade.
Well, I think as a parent, that's not all you can do. Now I don't know if they had this conversation or not, but what you can do is say, "Son, we named you Zion for a reason. You're a boy.
Do you know what you have between your legs, son?
That means you're a boy. So you may be experiencing these feelings, and we get it.
But I like other boys, Daddy.
Okay.
I find them sexually attractive.
That's not normal, son. So maybe you need
normal according to who?
Being the difference between being a man and a woman.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So, men are supposed to be attracted to the opposite sex. Now, like I said, down the line, you may feel like you feel and you make your decision. But right now, son, I think you're a little too young to be maybe exploring on those feelings.
Right.
But do understand you are a boy. You were born a boy. And we've treated you all your life as a boy. Now, I don't know what happened in the process to make you feel different.
I want to be a girl.
But what we're going to do is
come back and talk to me in 3 years.
We're going to sit on this for a while and see how you feel on down the line. But right now, I wouldn't be parading him out.
And that's absolutely fair. Now, I'm not going to say that,
what you're doing is essentially forcing his hand.
Well, I think that maybe because they might have been afraid that it was going to come out. So they wanted to address it first before it got out in the media.
Let's be clear on this.
And they went, ham with it.
When the kid was doing New York Fashion Week, and he did a fashion show, and he was, doing the walk that supermodels walk and sashaying down. Yeah. There's speculation about this. When it came out that Gabrielle Union was taking him to get his nails done and all that, that's still speculation. And when you're in the public eye, you're going to get that regardless, right?
You mean done? You mean with color and stuff?
Yeah.
Nails like this.
Yeah, he's getting nails.
If you look at the picture, he has nails.
Even
like
with all that, right, it doesn't matter. That's your child. You do what you want to do with your child.
Right.
But now you go out and says, my child want to be referred, and you put it out there in the public forum and all that. Regardless of however you guys see it, at 12 is still too young. You can't drive a car. You can't vote. You can't drink. There's a whole lot of life decisions that have been placed as far as laws and things. You can't even work at 12 because of child labor law unless you're over in China. You work for Nike, but we'll get into that another time. So now to just be able to say my child's going to make a life decision at 12, and I'm going to stand behind that. I'm like, Mike, hey, man, listen, if this is how you truly feel, hey, man, let's go ahead. We're going to live our life. And then as you feel that way at 17, 18 years old, I'm going to allow you to fully feel free to explore your lifestyle.
When you're old enough to make your own
when you're
decision.
old enough to make that decision.
Okay.
Because I can assure you, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle, you're not going to get a boy the keys to one of them Rolls Royces that go on and drive because you feel like you're ready to drive.
They might.
That ain't going to do it.
That's
not going to do
Will
it.
and Jada let their kids do anything because they're
but
free
again,
spirits.
you understand that there's certain things that you don't even have a full grasp on it yet at 12 years old. And that's all I think we're all saying here in the panel. But going forward, man, I want to tell y'all right now, I'm going to be recognized as King Banks. If you don't address me as King Banks, I will no longer entertain you guys. I won't speak to you.
So that's your name going forward?
Are you referring to King Banks?
King Banks.
Yes, that's my name, sir.
So you know they are talking about legally changing Zion's name to Zaya.
Listen,
Way too
are you
far.
are you talking to me?
Way too far.
You did not say King Banks.
Gotta
May
say
I
King
address you?
Banks.
King Banks.
Yes.
This moment. They are legally going to change Zion's name to Zaya.
Ashtray, bitch.
Pimp killer.
Hey man, so we gonna move on from
That's
that.
old D
Don't
Bizzle.
forget to tune in
We-
ESPN February 23rd. Dwayne Wade.
We're not
Life
advertising that. We're not
Unexpected.
advertising that shit.
Big O say this
King
that
Broadcasting
bullshit.
Studio. We're not advertising
Life
that shit.
Unexpected.
Mike
He
Bell,
talk-
can you give us another pause for the
You see how
calls?
Beyonce just interrupt
Yeah, we're
me
not
all
getting
the
to talk
time.
that shit.
King Banks.
Go ahead, station identification.
What you trying to say,
She trying to advertise somebody else's
But let
shit
me
on
talk,
another
I
channel.
let you talk.
Nah, we don't do that here.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
They don't pay us for that shit. Mike Bell, station identification, please.
The No Name Podcast Show, Sunday night edition at 8 o'clock is brought to you by King's Broadcasting Studios. And you are here at the table with the crew, Marissa Banks, J-Bo, and Mike Bell. And we got behind the engineer table, Petty Man himself. You know what I'm saying? Making everybody look good, sound good, and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? With the pictures and everything that y'all see on the screen, he making it happen. So we appreciate you guys joining us tonight. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you right here with the crew making it do what it do. And you can call in to the No Name line, 678.
871.
9602. We got to get you on top of
You
this.
gonna stop
yeah,
pointing at me,
yeah.
but I'll
So,
check you in a minute because I'm
Once
about
again,
to boil
start
over
that
and knock
watch
that head off your
party.
head.
You know what I'm saying? Start the watch party, share it, go to Facebook,
don't like
Twitter, and Periscope right now. We are on Hot and Live, okay? You can also go to kingsbroadcasting.com and click the radio link and hear us live as well right there, right now. Right now. So we appreciate you guys tuning in and ATL, ho.
ATL. Ho.
ATL, ho.
So King Banks is back with you guys, and I'm with my family over here to No Name the Podcast. I got my girl, Marissa Sells Atlanta, J-Bo the Joker, Mike Bell, a.k.a. Mike Diamond. Checking in. It's No Name the Podcast. We appreciate you guys checking in. We're going to keep moving right along through our social media piece of this thing here. Child custody, joint custody, split custody, however you want to look at it, it's always been a mess. But for one father, he found himself in a real hot mess. Marissa, you want to tell us about that incident?
Well, baby daddy went. He thought he was doing a great thing. He went and got baby girl hair braided and got his two sons' hair cut. You know, spending some time and
QT time, okay.
when baby girl got home and her hair was done, mama lost it.
Went the fuck off.
Why though?
She got some scissors and cut them beads out that baby hair. Talking about don't nobody do her hair but me.
Now, if you out there, man, and you've had to go through this joint custody thing with the mother of your child or the father of your child, man, we'd love to hear from you. Give us a call at 678.
871.
9602.
We want to hear about it. We want to hear about your horror stories and how you resolved it. And so now this young lady comes up, daddy brings the baby up, and he tries to explain to her, hey, you are not hurting me. You are hurting our daughter. She said, well, the braids are too tight in her daughter's head.
Yes, and she was a baby too. They could have been too tight.
But she was walking.
There's certain
She was
ages
walking.
that you don't necessarily want to get your baby's hair braided until a certain
But here's
age.
my thing is, okay, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, did the man pay money to get her?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Now,
did.
I
Yeah,
thought
like
that
it's
too.
another
She
girl,
got
you
it
know.
braided.
Let me braid
It
your
took 2
daughter hair.
hours to braid the baby's hair.
That could have been it.
Yeah, that's what I think.
You say he paid for it or
He paid for it.
Nah, he ain't paid for it.
see now if
Maybe the girlfriend.
A
did it. I
real
don't
woman
know.
ain't gonna act like that.
Well, if you touch my baby's hair and you don't ask me, just like when.
Come on.
Hold
Okay,
on.
wait, let her finish, let her
She's a
finish, let her
baby.
finish.
She's a baby.
Go
Like,
ahead.
For example, like when my child went with her grandmother, and my child came back with a perm at the age of 10, that was something that I was pissed about.
That's way different.
Do you
That's
see what I'm
different.
saying?
That's
Like
different.
you need to consult with me before you do anything.
was it a perm or just for me?
It was a perm. Her hair fell out.
Just
You know what I'm
for
saying? It was just a lot of.
Yeah, now,
you didn't
I
even
get
tell
that.
me
But
this
braids,
is what you were
innocent
going
braids,
to
But braids-
that's
do.
extreme.
They were cornrows.
Natural hair,
With
your
beads
own
on
hair.
it.
Okay.
You know, the baby's hair, it could have been too tight on the scalp. You never know. That's what she said. It was too tight. I'm cutting these braids out of her.
I'm sure the baby didn't.
Every time anybody get braids, it's too tight.
Yeah,
The first
and then they
couple,
lose.
2 or
I'm
3
sure the
days.
baby
First
didn't
2 or
take-
3 days is
And I'm
always
pretty
out.
sure it looked like from the video you showed us, it looked like they had just walked up to the mother.
Yeah, they did.
So
And
if
she
there's
had
no way
scissors
for the
already
mother,
in her hand.
because
It's premeditated.
they probably showed the mother that, Mom, I got my hair braided, Daddy got my hair braided, yada yada yada.
Hold up, I'll be back.
Or so no, when I meet this motherfucker to get my baby, I'm cutting them shits out her motherfucking head. Y'all watch me, girl.
She too young for beads. I don't
That
like them
because
beads.
probably
And
another
listen,
female did it. That's why.
Here's the thing, though, right? As a father, you mentioned that about my daughter go somewhere. You got to call me and ask me.
At a certain age.
If you guys got joint cuts now, you know, a perm definitely. But like if I get my baby hair braided or what do you call it back in the French braided or
Yeah,
whatever the case
yeah.
may be, or however,
I used to have them zigzag
crochet
braids.
braid or whatever. Do I have to call you before I get my daughter's hair done like that?
It's my daughter.
Just let me know you're going to get baby girl hair done.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure that you probably did that. But so would that be okay if I took my child for the weekend and I got her hair done?
Sometimes it's a control factor for some people.
I think that's the majority of the time.
And when people don't have control,
They lose control.
they lose control.
Right.
So if you know you're dealing with this kind of person, just give them a heads up.
What she did was ruin that baby's hair, cutting it out,
She
cutting those
just cut the
braids
weave.
out.
I think the baby had weave in her hair too.
Well, okay, but I'm just saying what she did was, I
Yeah.
think
How old
she is?
that was a bit extreme.
Allegedly.
And Maya said,
No, seriously,
she
when they
doing
did the
way too
cornrows, they
much.
put filler hair in it.
What up,
So it's
Castro?
not
Castro.
all-
Even at babies,
Yeah, well, they'll do filler hair.
so
not
what happened
necessarily-
when we were kids? We didn't have no weave, and these little girls had. And they always had these same braids with the beads
I
in
think
it.
the
It ain't
mom
the same.
is probably a nutty buddy.
Yeah.
I
Nutty
believe
buddy.
that's probably what it is. The mom is probably on that nutty buddy bus.
And I think so because it's overreacting.
Why
Nutty
they
bud,
always
not the
got to be
buddy part,
crazy?
the nut-
Why?
Well, because I mean, you think about it.
innocent
Does it hurt the
braid-
man?
It's not a perm.
Does
now.
it hurt the man that you cut these braids out? Or is it more detrimental to the child?
You gonna know
child.
next time, don't you?
Nah,
Think?
but again,
That's
that doesn't do
garbage. That's
anything
You gotta
to the
think about
man.
child, though.
We
You
got
gotta think about
joint
the child.
custody, and you know I'm doing something that this is something for my daughter. I think it's a nice hairstyle. You don't own the rights to just exclusively do things for my daughter.
There you go.
Now I can understand the perm route. Now,
Yeah.
like, if it was a perm or something, yeah, I get that. But if it's just some braids that you probably did and had done in her hair as well,
Yeah.
Well,
but
my
now,
girlfriend
but
did.
because I had it done, it's a problem.
Well, now if she's a hairstylist,
But who it was done by?
If she's
Kick
a hairstylist, let's say she was a
Was it done by
hairstylist
a
and she
female
came
she
home.
don't like that he's fucking or
It
something?
don't matter.
It
It
sounds
looks nice.
That's what
and-
it sounds like
Yeah.
to me. Tina Holloway, give us a call, baby. Yeah, so it sounds that way. Like the baby daddy's new girlfriend might have
Yeah.
done the hair, or the baby come home and say, Mama Gigi did my hair. Oh, you got the new bitch touch my
yeah,
baby
see,
head.
yeah.
That's a problem, right? And now, how would you
Yeah,
feel
bro.
about that?
Oh, yeah.
If your baby father's new girlfriend was braiding your daughter's hair,
I wouldn't be having it.
why not?
Cause I don't want nobody. You can't let everybody hands in somebody's head.
Oh,
Your mama
man,
don't
come
you let
on,
nobody
man.
put their hands in
Y'all-
your head.
y'all know that's some
That's
bullshit.
It need to be
Nutty
one
buddy shit.
person.
Y'all know
one
that.
nutty
person doing my
buddy
baby's
shit.
hair, and that's me. That's what she
But
said.
you do know that's some bullshit, right?
No, it isn't.
That's some jealousy, and that's how. And so when the dude now says, "Well, damn, baby, you must want to be back with me because you tripping over something like this about a woman that takes care of your daughter. That when she's over here with me, she's gonna cook for her, she clean for her, she washes clothes,
She ain't
she
there
do all
yet.
that."
It's a
No,
time
you
span.
ain't there yet.
Well,
See, that has to.
she
My
need to
relationship.
call me if she wanna touch my
no,
baby's
she
hair.
doesn't.
Yes, she do.
Hey man, just
Yes, she
like
do.
like you say, it is my child, and whom I deem as necessary and capable of being in my child's life is my responsibility because I'm bringing that person to my child's life. And if I say that, yeah, Cece, you can do my baby's hair, cool. Cece does my baby hair, and I take
CC
responsibility.
gonna get dealt with.
Nah, that because you ain't got over the man yet.
And that happens when
Yeah.
at a certain age, if the child is below the age of 3 years old,
Mm-hmm.
you go back and forth for at least 3 to 4 years before
Why?
you
Is
decide.
that necessary?
Hold on, historically, before you decide that you don't want to be with this person.
But why? If y'all say
If
we
we're not
done, we
together,
done, we
and
not
we got a
together.
daughter together.
It may be done, but when you have a child by somebody,
It's
that's
done.
That's not.
We ain't
That's
together.
no greater
It's
love.
Man,
It's done.
This is that nutty buddy flavor you need to watch out
I'm just
for.
trying to give you
know what
a
I'm saying?
female perspective
Marissa,
on how females
Marissa,
think.
the
That's why I
child is
said-
3
Not how
years
y'all
old.
think,
We're
but how
not together. We're
females
not going to go
think.
back and forth 3-4 years
If we
before you
still
decide to
effing,
say
we
you're
are.
done. No, we're not. We're
Okay.
done.
No, we're not talking about y'all still having sexual relations and all that. We've clearly moved on. I got a new boo. I don't know what you have. Now, as a man, I can say this. I can't tell you what to do in your household. And until you and your dude or whatever decide that y'all gonna cohabitate, and my child is with y'all, the discipline side of the house, does not come through him.
Exactly.
I prefer to go through you. And if you feel like there's a man that has to discipline my child and put their hands on him, then hey, call me. Don't have your dude putting your hands on my child.
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa. I'm gonna do you the same way. Now, I'm not gonna tell you that your boyfriend can't take my kid to get a haircut. I'm not gonna say no. Don't take him to his barber because his barber gonna fuck up his head, or his line fucked up, and me and you gonna have a fall. Not about that. No, hey man, listen. Whoever cut his hair last time, the blades might have been too tight. Gave him that little razor line going across top.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'll take it.
Right.
But we not finna have no fight about it. Now, I come back and you got my child with a Jerry curl now, Hawaiian silky. All of us gonna have a come to Jesus.
That's that perm.
Yeah.
See, that's that perm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's levels to this shit, man.
And I would probably get it since you put it that way, Bank, slightly. Because now, what if the mom was somebody that kept the kid's hair up on the regular?
What if she was a hairstylist that did her child's
okay.
hair?
I'm trying to get. Can I finish?
Go ahead.
I just want to finish a little bit.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah. Now,
okay.
just like I take my youngins, to get his hair cut. That's just not something that she's done. And if she does, she takes him to the same barber.
Okay.
She don't go outside of what's already been established.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who established what?
Usually when you have, that's why I'm trying to maybe
Go to it. Yeah.
get to the point here. Usually when you have a stylist,
Don't do that tonight.
that's who you stick with for the most part. You don't just let, like you just said, anybody start doing your hair. If you have a regular person you see, that's typically who you stick with.
Exactly.
So in that regard, I can kind of get it, but cutting the braids out, it was still extreme. She could have expressed herself and her thoughts about it, and maybe for the future, we're not doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Would you have did that?
We got a call on the radio.
Got a call on the petty line.
Okay.
Tina.
Hey, Tina.
Hey,
You
Tina.
on with the No Name show. You got the crew at the table. What you got for us tonight? Speak on it.
Let me tell y'all something about this baby mama. Cause see, I'm not that type of woman.
Go ahead, baby.
That lady was wrong for that shit. How she did that damn baby. If a man is in your child's life.
Hey, can you? Hey, hold on. Can we get you to turn your device down, sweetie? We're getting a little feedback over here. Just turn your device down and you continue talking.
Whatever you watching the show on, just turn that down, Tina.
Okay.
Yeah, much
you
better.
go, love.
Much better. Go ahead.
All right. I'm a woman. I'm a 49-year-old damn woman. Ain't no way in hell I'm cutting my child hair because my child daddy got her hair did. It's a fucking blessing to have a man in his child's life. That mama was petty for what she fucking did. She want that man, and all women ain't like that. She want that damn man. That man don't want her. That's why she cut that damn baby hair. That baby gonna remember that for the rest of her damn life. I can't stand trifling females like that.
You can say bitches.
Yeah.
You can't stand trifling bitches like that. But yeah, so Tina, to your point, man, when you look at it, that appears to be exactly what it was. I mean, and then if the man is not in the child's life, if the man's not doing X, Y, and Z, then all of a sudden he's a deadbeat, he this, he that, and the third, and so on and so forth. So that could be a real fucking problem. But now you got a brother out there that's doing this thing, trying to do something for his daughter, and then here you go and you want to act out like that. And it could have easily been something that said like, hey, Dwight, in future reference, this kind of it's a little tight on the head. I appreciate what you did, but can you, whatever. Hey, can you call me and let me know what kind of style, whatever the case may be, before it get done. That's a medium to this thing, and it comes from conversation.
Call it being a responsible
But this sister
adult.
here was way beyond that. Hey, Angel, how you doing, sweetheart? Angel Phillips checking in.
Hey, what it do? Yeah.
Thank you, love. She said she loved the new setup. Tina, we appreciate you calling us, baby.
Thank you.
Thank
Call
you.
back
Thank you, Tina,
anytime.
for calling in, baby.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good evening.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
You too.
So yeah, man. So Mike. So you were saying that. So as a father, of, you got two boys and a daughter.
That's right.
So how do
Two
you
girls
guys?
and a boy.
How do you guys handle the responsibility of say hair?
Well, like I said, now we both kind of do the task of getting them to the barber, but she sticks to the barbers that they've been going to for years. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't do anything outside of that. Ironic that we're talking about this. Okay, The last time I had my locks done, right, or a few times back, my daughter was with me, okay, and the lady does natural hair. You know what I'm saying? So I told my daughter, I was like, I asked her, I said, do you want to get your hair done? You know, I can get you on the books, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? We can get you what you want, you know, and she wanted to, but she was like, well, mama said she gonna get my hair done. You know what I'm saying? I just left it alone. You know, I didn't push it. I didn't pick up the phone
Smart
and go
guy.
through all of that and
Smart
say, hey,
guy.
I'm here. I just left it alone. You know, I didn't want to put her in a funny feeling situation, maybe get her fussed at home or something like that. I just said, oh, okay, fine. And I left it at that and kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, but she's old enough. She's not a little girl. My daughter was she was 13 at the time. She's still 13, but it was just a few months ago. So she let me know. She was like, okay. I said, okay, I'm not gonna push that.
Daddy, you trying to get me fucked up when I get home. Scotty X, appreciate you joining the show, baby.
Scotty,
so J-Bo, what do you guys do? You say you got 3 girls and a boy?
I got 2 girls and a boy.
How do you guys work that out?
Well, shoot, my daughter, she goes to a hairdresser, and my son, he been going to the same barber. He don't go to the same barber as I got. And as far as my 4-year-old, her mother is cool with, you know, my wife doing her hair.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So it's either she's doing her hair or Sweetie P doing her hair.
Sweetie P.
Sweetie P charging you $45.
So, so we I'm good on my end.
But that's also a testament to you as a man by being able to address it going forward. Hey, I'm married. Yeah. We've moved on as a relationship, but we have a shared responsibility in our daughter.
Right.
The woman that I've chose to wed and be my wife is not going to mistreat my daughter. She's going to treat it as if she's her own.
Yeah.
And so you got to trust in that. When I say that I'm going to marry this young lady here, this, that, and the third. Now, a lot of people have an issue with like DeAndre brought up as far as the discipline piece of it, right? I tend to look at it a certain way, and it depends on, you know, how long, you know, you've been with the significant other and so on and so forth, the other person, you know, and how that person involved in my child's life. I don't necessarily know when my kid was a kid if my wife had moved on to say, hey, you know, your new dude can discipline my kid. Now, if he's only been in his life for 6 months and I'm an active part of it, nah, you can't, you know. Yeah. Anything that needs to be had outside of direct disrespect.
Yeah.
Got another call.
Big O, baby.
Hey,
Big
Big
O.
O, what's happening, my boy?
To send a voicemail.
What's up, Big O? You on with the No Name Podcast. Speak on it, bro.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just got a little comment for it. I think this just with the little girl getting her hat cut off there. I think that's just like Banks saying and the lady that called in. I think it's just a simple jealous woman. You know, ain't no bitch finna do my baby hair but me. But that's just a thing of they don't know how to co-parent. When you co-parent and then you handling it things together, just like you were saying, Bill, it's you already know what to deal with. Like, all right, you already felt what your daughter was telling you in way more than what she was just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. You know, it's knowing your baby mama and you know what I'm saying, knowing what she gonna deal with. I'm pretty sure that dude was like, I didn't think she was gonna go that goddamn far. And if he did know she was gonna go that far, he probably shouldn't have did it in the first place.
Exactly.
What parent
You know
cuts
what I
their
mean?
own hair off, the child's hair off for something as simple as braids?
Her?
That's
crazy.
child abuse.
I mean,
She's an idiot.
that's a nutty buddy if I ever seen one. Extra nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you feel like a
you
nut,
feel like a
sometimes you
nut.
don't.
Sometimes you don't.
That's his baby mama
man,
instead of your wife.
You're right.
No,
That's
no.
why she the baby mama now. That's probably a big reason.
Unable to control your emotions.
See,
Well,
I don't
I'm
mean,
sure
and see,
that
and that's
a
We
lot
appreciate
of
the
people
call, Big
have
O,
gone
man.
through the
Take care of
drama.
yourself.
You know, when you first had
yeah.
the baby and you got to learn to co-parent, it doesn't automatically start off that way. We all know this.
Well, that's just too simple. You how do you blow that?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something simple like this. I don't even call her my baby mama, the mother of my kids,
There you
Okay,
go.
that's wonderful.
There you go.
because we have a great understanding.
There you go.
Respect.
So I don't.
Now,
even,
how long
I,
did it take you to get there, though?
Man, it didn't take long. She's in a relationship with a whole nother guy, course, I'm married.
Right.
We talk to each other about anything, especially
That's
about my 4-year-old.
Yes.
She was like, oh, can you ask Peaches if she can come get Kayla or whatever, such and such.
Right.
We got a good understanding.
I think that's wonderful if you can get to that point, but
Yeah.
you got to get there.
Yeah, you got to get there.
I got a question, J-Bo. Who is